thing in my butt. Don't tell anybody I said that.
Well, it's a real pleasure to have you here. And can we go right back to the beginning? Like, did you ever see how influential, how enduring the Power Rangers is going to be? Like, I mean, we're here, we're still talking about the Power Rangers, and you're here with us.
Yeah, I mean, it blows my mind 30 years later that we can sit here and I can talk to you now as adults. Some of you were hiding behind your mom's legs, you know, you were 4, 5, 6, 9, little ones. And now we're sitting here as just bigger children talking about the same thing 30 years after. And, you know, some of your parents loved the show because we were the best babysitter that they had. Others of them hated the show because it was so violent. And to all of those parents, you should say, but you watched Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner. That was violent. And now some of you are raising your own children, and you're showing them the show, showing them where it all started. And now Netflix has taken 700 episodes plus, less, give or take, I don't know, a lot off of Netflix, and now the only one on there is MMPR. So, and now we're looking at another reboot, and there's talks, all kinds of talks. I don't know which talks are the right talks, but lots of people are talking about what they should do next and who should be in it and the way it should go. So I had no idea, and I'm still clueless. I'm always waiting for the next thing.
So what do you think the secret is? Like, why is your fan base still so active? I mean, is it that generational appeal, growing up, showing your kids something cool that you had?
If I told you a secret, I would have to kill you.
I think you could do it too.
Very important, the secret of great Russian mafia. I mean, oh, Power Rangers, sorry, there's another problem. I think the secret is that we didn't limit any of the characters, not the men, not the women. We didn't limit them by sex, we didn't limit them by race, we didn't limit them by color. It was open. Everybody was their own hero by their own right. So whether you watched because you loved Kimberly, or Jason, or Zach, or Billy, or Trini, there was somebody there for you guys to identify with. And in later seasons, you know, even more of that's true. I think we've had so many different people from all around the world representative of so many different anthropological backgrounds that just make the show unlike so many others. And we had live action, and we had robots, and we had really cool guitar music. And we destroyed the city every day and then rebuilt it for the show the next day. I mean, who else does that?
So how were you cast? How did that come about?
I went to the audition on a $20 bet.
Okay, that's the story.
I was a kid. I was in high school. I was legitimately a high school kid with attitude. And I taught martial arts. I played football. And one of my first martial arts students in Whittier came to my dojo, and he was an acting coach, a commercial acting coach. His name was Bob. And Bob, you know, was like, hey, you know, I run an acting school. We have tons of people. You should come up and take some acting classes. I was like, no. I don't like cameras, don't like large groups of people. I don't want anything to do with that. I'm an introvert. I like my privacy. You know, see, like other people, my wife, she's loco. She loves everybody. She's like, put her in the party and she's having a great time. For me, I'm like, you go to the party, I'll read a book, go to the gym, pet the dogs, train the dogs, work out, whatever. So he was like, you should come to the class and take some classes. I said no. And he goes, well, if you came and took some classes, you'd meet a lot of my students, and maybe you could pull some new students into your dojo. And I went, aha. All right, you got a deal there. So I showed up and definitely got more students, and they came to my dojo, and I was doing great. And things were great. About 3 weeks into it, he starts bugging me. He's like, hey, I heard about an audition. They're looking for teenagers with attitude that have martial arts, gymnastics, and other cool abilities. You should go. And I was like, no. And 3 weeks he nagged me, go, go, go. I was, no, no, no. And finally he says, I'll bet you $20 you won't be wasting your time if you go to the audition. I went, unlike now, gas was 92 cents a gallon. I could get a loaf of bread and some bologna. I had like lunch meat for a week and gas. So I was like, I'll take your 20 bucks. So I went to the audition, and there were about 10,000 people that tried out for the first series. It was called Phantoms, and I lost 20 bucks. The show changed its name from Phantoms. My character's original name was Victor, which, how weird, can you imagine? Victor the Red Ranger, anybody? No. I mean, that sounds like something in like a telenovela from Latin America. Kimberly, I'm going to need you to pull the Megazord around the front. It is time for us to go to battle. Oye, amigos. Like, how weird would that have been, right? Kimberly, what do you mean you will not go out with me tonight? You know, like, that's just...
Don't días, vete de taca.
Yeah. Dígame qué pasó.